How to get brand deals on TikTok and monetize. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to give you my top tips, hacks, tricks, everything that I've done in order to get brand deals which are extremely lucrative on TikTok and position yourself correctly so that also you could get some sponsorships which can help you make more content, which ultimately is going to get you more brand deals. Fact, can you replace your job through TikTok alone? Absolutely. It's extremely lucrative, and I've grown my TikTok page from 0 to over 150,000 followers in less than 6 months, essentially. I've done it in about a 4.5 month period is when my maximum growth happened, and I'm still growing now. And what that has brought for me is many, many brand deals. And I set out with that purpose. So I would say if anyone's watching this with the intention of appealing to brands and sponsorships, you need to do the following. 1, positioning. How have you set up your page? And what I mean by that is grid aesthetics, bold, punchy, bright profile photo, good bio, and as soon as you can, put an email where people can collaborate with you and reach out for inquiries. 2, this is a really big one. Please stop swearing as much if it's not needed. If it's that kind of slip of the tongue and it fits with the conversation, fits with your content, fine. But don't swear too much. And the reason is because some brands you will just not appeal to. And as a content creator, even if you are in a niche, property, marketing, whatever it might be, you still want to be broad enough that you appeal to everyone, like Rode, different brands that might reach out to you, Doritos, Shreddies, Disney, Adidas, JD, whoever it might be. So if you keep your content above board, you don't swear too much. Imagine if young kids were watching it, essentially. You don't want them listening to it and the parents being like, oh my God, you can't listen to that content creator. Make it appealing for everyone and also add value to everyone if you can. Now, when a brand looks at your page, which is typically, if you can get past 10,000 followers is when you can apply for the Creator Fund, which is when you start becoming appealing to brands and you add value to them. 2 things you're going to want to do. Make sure that you haven't got any content on there which could go against what some brands you may want to work with. So for example, if you want to get a brand deal with Mac, make sure all your content isn't using a HP laptop. Forward think. A lot of content creators aren't thinking 6 months down the line. And luckily for me, I've always been that kind of forward thinker. I've always been thinking, what does this look like to someone else? Who does it appeal to? And can I appeal to all different types of companies, sponsorships, where I can continue my growth and also make this lucrative? Because I can tell you this, it takes a lot of time, a lot of consistency, and also I want to start earning money for it. And like I said, TikTokers now are earning tens of thousands of pounds every single month, and you can too. Self-managing your inquiries. So as soon as you set up an email on your page and you're above 10,000, you're going to be appealing to certain brands. Now, what you want to do is reply as soon as possible. One thing I learned, as soon as brands start reaching out to you, I didn't know this in the beginning, but basically they have a time scale for you to reply. So if you get an email or an inquiry through a DM from a brand that says, look, hey, we'd like to work with you, we really like your stuff, don't leave it a day, don't leave it 2 days, because I can promise you now that email campaign or that whatever they're running is on a time limit. They need to execute and produce that bit of content that they've asked you for or that they've inquired if you're interested in. That needs to be done in a certain time frame. I learned that the hard way. I had a few emails come through. I totally missed them. I was busy doing other things. And then I got back in touch with them and they were like, sorry, the campaign has closed. So you need to be really professional and respond quickly, because a lot of the people that reach out to you will be from like marketing agencies or content sort of management agencies. And what they'll do is if you didn't reply to the first email, fine. Second email you were late to, you couldn't fulfill the campaign. They're basically just going to take you off their books. So make sure you're really above board, professional, and you get back to every single brand as soon as possible, whether you're going to work with them or whether you don't. Now, something that is really important, which all sponsors and brands, of course, want to see is high engagement. You don't have to have the biggest following, because I know people who have got above 1 million followers on TikTok, but they've had no brand deals. And I had a conversation recently with someone who had over 1 million followers and they've not had any brand deals. And they were like, I should be earning money, right? And I was like, dude, you have over 1 million. Why have you not got any brand deals? And what it is, he's got no engagement. I saw him on a live. He doesn't reply to people. He gets very few comments. So make sure you start building a community, and you can do that through jumping on lives, answering all the comments, replying to people, opening up further questions for people to get involved. Say to people, hey, yo, DM me on Instagram, send me a voice note, I'll get back to you. Start building a community. And then when brands see that, they're like, okay, he's only got 15 or she's only got 15,000 followers, but she's worth, or he's worth the £500 per post, because they're getting like 10, 20, 30,000 views, but they're getting like 100 comments and people inquiring and people clicking on links. And all the brands that may go on to work with you, the likelihood is they're going to provide you with their own individual link that you will build into that post, and they'll have a report to see how many clicks you get. And that's going to really determine whether they work with you again or not.
This episode was sponsored by Peter Komalafe, the author of The Money Basics. Manage your money and plan for your future and get back to basics. So what are you waiting for? This is available for pre-order on Amazon. The links will be in the description below. Go get yourself a copy now.
And one thing that was really important for me when I knew that I wanted to start working with brands, gain new sponsorship, is I knew I had to keep my engagement high. And I can tell you this now as a content creator, which I now am on TikTok, it's actually an obligation to show up. When I used to do lives before, I used to be like, oh, I'll do a live. Yeah, I'll join. Oh, I'm late. Or I'll cancel that one. People start to lose faith and they'll be like, hang on a minute. I thought Aaron was going to show up. He said he was going to be here at like 11 p.m. And if you don't start showing up, people will drop off. So remember, if you're going to put out a branded post, you want maximum engagement. And if you've got a loyal following of 15,000 people and 500 of them have got your back every time on a post, that's 500 comments, that's 500 views. That could be 10, 20, 30, 40 shares that are needed for you to go back to that brand and say, hey, look, I've got your brand. I did my part of the deal. I've got your brand out there to the world. Now pay me some good money. How much do you charge a brand for working with you? So I haven't got an exact figure, but I'm going to give you my rough figures on how I started. So when I got above 10,000 followers, I have a very close friend who is in the content creation world and knows a lot about this. And he was like, we'll start at this. And I started for one post, just above 10,000 followers, between 70 to 80 pound. But again, it all depends on engagement. It's not so much about the following, but I'm giving you kind of an overview or a guideline to maybe where you're at in terms of pricing and what you could earn. If you've got 20, 30,000 followers in that range, it may be going up to £100 a post, or you might do what's called a spotlight series, and a brand says to you, hey, we need 3 videos done by next Friday. Can you deliver on it? What do you want to charge? And a lot of brands will ask you, what are you charging? So that they can go back to the company, see what marketing budget they've got, what they can spend on it. And basically they're going to line you up with a load of other content creators, which puts you in a bit of a hard spot to the point where you then have to competitively choose and say how much you're going to charge. So at that point, I'd be like, okay, cool. I'm going to do, it'd be between 150 to 200 pound in that region. Are you happy with that? And if they come back and they say, yeah, 150, accept it, keep growing, build the relationship, and then grow your profile to the next 40, 50,000 and say, hey, I'm now 185 pound a post. As soon as you sort of get above 100,000 followers, I've noticed that asking for 3, 4, 500 pound a post is not a problem. And again, I spoke with a close friend of mine and he was like, every time a brand reaches out to you, now that you're above 150,000, you've got high engagement, you're consistently posting 3 times a day. That's really important. How many times are you putting out content? How much are you actually putting out there that's valuable, that's still broad enough for all these different brands to get in touch with you? When you're at that point, you're consistent and you've got 150,000 plus, just ask for £1,000 a post. And I promise you now, I've got friends that are earning tens of thousands every single month through TikTok. And my goal is by the end of 2023, I want to be achieving £10,000 per month solely through TikTok in brand deals. And I think it's totally achievable. And if not, I think I'll be doing that before December 2023. So those are my top tips. Look professional, set everything up, be consistent, get an email in your bio as soon as possible, respond fast to any brand deals, and also be proactive. Hire a VA and get them to send a template message on your behalf, which looks really professional, to all the brands you would love to work with. And just let everyone know in the world that you're here, you're ready to work with them, and you're ready to help push their brands. What I would say, final point before we close this off, be careful of certain cryptocurrency brands and also vape and anything that's sort of like 18 plus adult industry. Be very wary of that. Other than that, go smash it. Please do hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you all soon.